Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Helium Rain. It is by Demos Games, and it is fully released out on Steam, currently $15 US. I took a look at this game when it was in early access a while ago, and I really liked the way it was playing, the way it looked. It's certainly a slower paced game. If you were to think of, say, either American or European truck simulator, and marry that with, say, logistical, and set it all out in space, that's pretty much what this game fleshes out to be. It's there is combat and stuff in the game. I haven't actually dug into any of the combat yet. I'm still in the early games here. But you're basically a space trucker, but you have this company that you've spun up, and you build space stations and trade routes and other ships and in your fleets, and you try to get as much money as you can coming in to sort of do a lot of economic stuff. And then there's also big bads that you can fight and whatnot. But it is a relatively slow going game. It's a slow paced. There's a very good tutorial. The tutorial is essentially, when you start the game, it'll ask you, do you want your tutorial contracts? Everything's a contract in the game. If you say yes, then you'll get a set of contracts that say, okay, go do this, go do that, go do this, and it really eases you into the game. So it's very good in that respect. There's still a few things with the UI that I'm not entirely on board with, as we'll get into here. But for the most part, I've been enjoying my time with it. I have gone in and made a research station already. So I'm further along than I was when we first did this. When I first did this, I went through the tutorial and everything with it. Now I wanted to make sure I got far enough into the game that we could show some more stuff going on. Because this took me about an hour or so to get to this point. Because you have to get 40,000 credits, and it's actually a lot harder than you might think to get 40,000 credits, plus getting the resources and stuff to build this, plus also building a second ship, which I have. I have a Fleet 2 ship that's going, moving food from the lighthouse area to Shore of Ice. So that's going on. So we have our research station here, and you can see it's got inputs and outputs and all this stuff, and I can tell it whether or not it should trade for those things or not. My goal is to optimize my routes as much as possible. These guys need tools and fuel and helium-3 as input in order to actually do the research and stuff. So right now they'll trade with other companies to get that, but if I can corner the market in those things, then I can make this guy more efficient, especially with the tools and stuff. So I'm going to try to do my best to actually get a tool station built here. We're in Knight's Home, which if I go to the orbital map, we'll see where that's at. See, Knight's Home is here. My other fleet in red is here at Shore of Ice. They are making 61 credits per day right now. It's not the most lucrative thing moving food back and forth between Shore of Ice and Lighthouse, but it's working out okay for now. If I look at the economy here, you can see where everything's coming in. Like Lighthouse has a bunch of stock, which is why I was going there for it, and it's also cheaper there. It's like 1.5% cheaper there than it is anywhere else. And moving that to Shore of Ice, which has like 44 credits you make, so 40 to 44. That's kind of what I was trying to do. It looks like Frozen Realm has actually surpassed that a bit, so maybe I want them to go to Frozen Realm instead of Shore of Ice. Moving that stock around so I can actually do that. Let's alter that fleet's movement here. Let's look at the trade route. So here's the trade route that I have set up. They go to Lighthouse, they load and or buy food. and then they move that to shore of ice, and they unload or sell the food here. You can either say buy and sell, or you can say load, unload, or you can sell, or you can say both here, and that just kind of gives me enough. Like if I put a station in Lighthouse that generates food, like a farm, then it'll most likely go to my farm and grab that stuff and not cost me any credits. So that's why I've kind of set it up as both here. But instead of going to Shore of Ice now, I can have them go to what was the other one? Frozen Realm, since that's a little bit more lucrative. So let's go there and trade fleets. Edit to trade routes. That is not what I wanted to do. Fleet trade routes. Here we go. And instead of Shore of Ice, we'll have them go to the Frozen Realm. We'll add that in there, and then we'll make it as a unload and sell operation. Honestly, I should just make it as a sell operation, really. So I make credits off of it. So let's just do sell food there. So we'll load and or buy food, and then we'll just sell it. So 64 credits per unit, and all those things. So this is just the trade route that they'll go on now, and we'll just have them continuing on that. It's a freighter that I have doing this. So if we look at our, I'm done here. So that's good. That should all be saved now. If I look at my ships here, this is the ship that I'm flying, which is the one that you're given at the beginning of the game. Then there is, look at fleet. This one. We've got our, this is a Omen, which is my freighter. So it's got plenty of room, hopefully, to move freight around. I can rename it and stuff too, which I haven't done. I guess I could, well, it doesn't matter right now. And I could add, more ships to this fleet. It does. I do have a contract here that says make another ship. Somewhere. Remote fleets tutorial. Combat tutorial. Have a fighter. So that's the next thing I want to do, is to build a fighter ship. I would like to I'll probably use the fighter ship myself, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, because that would be kind of interesting. I haven't played any of the combat yet. There is when you start a new game, you have the option to start a skirmish game as well, which will put you right into combat if you just want to do combat. So keeping all that in mind, I'm just doing the normal game here. So we have that station building tutorial is right now. I need to do a station upgrade. So in order to upgrade, I have to, where's my sector info here? In order to upgrade, I have to get 40,000 credits, 50 steel, 50 plastics, and 50 tools. So I don't have the credits for it. The steel, the plastics, and the tools I can get relatively easily. It's not maybe that easy, but I need the 40,000 credits first off. So that's really what I've been waiting on here. And of course, if I can get this production cycle working, then we'll get some research going, and that'll help out. There's a whole technology area here where you spend your research points. First thing I spent on was auto docking, because the game does have manual docking if you want to manually dock with stations. In fact, you start out in that mode. It's kind of a pain. It's cool and it works, but it does it can be a little bit finicky. So auto docking is fantastic, because I can just click on dock and it'll just go do it. Although it does have some problems with some of the stations in the game still. Some of the stations, it will, your auto dock will actually bang you into the station instead of actually docking you. So you have to still monitor it. Science unlocked the research station that I was able to build. Logistics unlocks outpost habitations and other things, which is what I'm going to be using to get some of the other materials that I need. Metallurgy gives me steelworks, arsenals, and tool factories. This was important because I want to build a tool factory to help out with my science guy there. And you can see it goes all the way up the line here for different things. These are all the research that are needed. I've got 44 research. You get research by finding artifacts in a game, which you go trace down signals for, and also some of the contracts will give you research as a reward. Right now, though, we have a few contracts down here, electronics deliveries and stuff. I have to buy electronics and sell them to Blue Hearts here, and tools and water. So I need to go find the best area to get all those for cheap and sell them. Now, my ship that I'm flying only has storage for 100 units, and 50 stacked units of 2. So you can have 2 units of 2 resources that stack to 50, and that's it. Which is kind of very, very limiting. I wish they kind of did their cargo differently. But it's essentially, whenever something needs 3 resources, you're definitely going to make 2 trips, because you can only have 2 resources at most, and up to 50 of that item. We'll show you that. You probably see it here. Yeah, you see, like, I have steel and I have tools right now, and they can go to 50, but I can't, like, get a third thing, even though I technically have cargo space. I don't have cargo space. That's kind of the weird thing there. But I do have some tools and steel, which means actually I could just give those to my. I think it need tools. Doesn't need steel though, does it? No, it needs fuel. But I can give 2 tools at least to my research station here, at least help out in that regard. And then steel. I don't think I have anybody who wants steel right now. It's water. Oh, 27 tools to that guy. 29 here. Water. And then what do we got here? Fuel delivery. Sell 36 fuel. This one is tools haulage. Sometimes they'll give you a contract that's just like, just buy this off of us, because we're trying to make room. And this one is buy 24 tools at the forge, and well, this one actually is buy and sell to another one, but there's sometimes you'll find one that's just like, just buy this, just get rid of this for us. So this is buy 24 tools and sell 24 tools. So I might accept that just because I have to buy tools anyway, and I might buy more than just what I need there. So we'll do that. Sell 43 tools to those guys. Sell 23 steel to them. I'll accept that because I have some steel right now, but I'll need to make another trip. I'm in Knight's Home, right? So I can at least sell them what I've got right now. And then I'll make the return trip to do more. So we'll do that because we're already in the sector. So let's go, or not sector info. Wait, I gotta track it. Otherwise, I'm never gonna find these things in the list. Tools haulage. Track that. Sector info. Here's we go to this shipyard, and we go dock. So we undock from our space station, and we head on over there. And this is where the auto dock comes into play. That since I have auto dock researched, I can have that. I have that dock button there, and this guy will just go and do this for me, which is great. Otherwise, you do it yourself, flying around. It's full Newtonian physics, so you do have to, you know, flip and burn. Well, you don't have to flip and burn. There are retro rockets, but you do have to, you know, manage your speed and you know, there's inertia. There's lots and lots of inertia to worry about. So that's why the auto docking works out really, really well. And the game is very beautiful. It's got in the options menu super sampling option. So if you have a beefy computer, you can turn on super sampling, which basically renders 2 times the size of the normal game. So if you're like 1080p, it'll render it at 2 times that size, and then shrink it down to whatever screen you're on, like 1080p, which gives you even finer. Like, you're basically working with more data then, and it gives you even finer and more interesting things to look at. better graphics kind of thing. So if you can handle the super sampling, but my computer hasn't had any problems with it thus far. So everything seems to be good here. Now, one of the problems I have with the game. Oh, this one I had to buy the tools, so I can't just sell them the tools. Like I have tools to sell them, but I can't just sell it to them because they want me to buy them from here. So that's not going to work. So let's. Reading comprehension is something I really need to do though. It's the one thing I really need to work on a bit. Let's go drop those tools off at my research station. And then we'll come back there because that one's a buy and sell. It wasn't just a plain old sell. The menus are good, except that there's still this sort of middle click menu, which bugs me. And it bugs me because it's the only way you could do trading, as far as I know, between ships. So like when I go to sell cargo and stuff, or even right now when I go to, I'm not selling the cargo to myself, I'm just giving it to, trading it with my station here. I have to do that from the middle click menu. I can't do it, as far as I know, I can't do it from any other menus in the game. Even though you've got this nice common menu that has everything else in it, it doesn't have the trade button for some reason. And it's very weird. What is going on here? Are you going to dock? You're not going to dock. Wow. That's the first time I've seen it do that. It's getting all confused there. So if I middle click here, you can see, you can get details, you can undock, and then this is where the trade button is. All right, so I want to give these tools to my research station. So there we go. Freeze that up. And then the steel I can't do anything with right now, except actually the other one was just to sell the steel, right? Yes. So in Knight's Hat. All right, so we'll go there. The wrong thing. Go here. Go dock. But yeah, as far as I know, that trade button's not anywhere else, unless it's right in front of my face and I can't see it. It doesn't appear to be anywhere else in the interface except right there, which is weird because it's like the thing you do the most often. You would think it would be under all the same other menus that everything else is under, but it's not, unless it's buried under the details menu, which is entirely possible too. So it's that kind of weird dichotomy where you go one place for one thing and then another place for another thing, and it takes a little getting used to. It's not a deal breaker, it's just a weird quirk that shouldn't exist, right? It should just be consistent. Be consistent with how you've done things. If you want everything to be in a radial menu, put everything in a radial menu. If you don't, then then don't. is the way I look at it. So we go trade these guys. You can see there's upgrade on there as well. And I will sell them some steel. It should, yes, they put 2 on my contract there now. Cool. All right, so I need to, let's do this tools haulage first, since I have to go to a specific spot for that at the forge. So we'll go do that here, and we will travel. And then we have to fast forward until we get there. Fleet repair is finished. That's good. That was my ship that was being repaired. There we go. Back over to the forge now, and want to go to, there's also VIP transports you could do. They're very good when you don't have any money to buy, because doing the trading, you have to buy the stuff and then sell it off. And if you have no credits, which I've gotten to a point where I've had very little to no credits, it's good that you have things that are just pure, just transport this person to this other station, pick them up and transport them, and be a space taxi and just get some money from them. They're pretty lucrative too, which is quite nice. If we run into a signal, I'll show you what signals look like. They're a bit of a pain in the neck, but they work. and they are useful. If you get some random signal and you go track it down and get an artifact from it, it helps, I believe, with your research, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's a very relaxed sort of sit back and enjoy the ride kind of game. It reminds me a bit of Elite Dangerous, only this game actually has some gameplay in it. How's that for a burn, Elite people? That was the only thing I've played a little bit of Elite Dangerous, and it was interesting, but I struggled to find anything to actually do that was, I struggled with even just the regular missions and that, just to figure out how to even do them. So this one is nice in that regard, where I can just pop right into it and do what we gotta do. So I need 24 tools, and it's very kind enough to actually put the number in for me. So 553 credits there. And actually, I want to grab more than that, because my other station needs tools as well. So I'm going to go to 50 there. Is it 50 tools that they need it? Let me see. Sector info. No, company, is it? Where's my property? Here we go. This one needed 400 tools. Okay, well, I can't do 400, but I can at least max out the amount of tools I have in here. So let's go. Where am I at? Sector info. So I really can't. Details. Does that let me? No. See, this is what bothers me. I have to come out of there. I have to go back in this way. Just weird. Just weird, I say. Let's get the maximum amount that we can get then. Max out our ship. All right. And then we will head back to Knight's home. Travel 7 days. And onwards. Okay. Well, let's drop down to 10 credits per day, but there is a little bit of a... It was negative for a while, so at least it's making some kind of credits per day. I might not be the best trader in the world here, but I'm doing what I can. So sector info, we go here and we dock there. Yeah, Margaret Shipyard 2 is where they want me to go. All right. And again, what I want to do is I want to get I really want to get another space station before I get another ship. I know they want me to get a fighter ship and do the combat tutorial, but I wanted to do, and I kind of want to do the combat tutorial for you guys, because I don't even know what to expect with it myself, because I haven't gotten into any battles, but I also really want a space station. So maybe I'll buck up and just do the combat tutorial thing for this, and then in a live stream, I'll sit down and do what I want to do, which is have another research or a tool making station, so it can support my research station, so I don't have to ferry tools back and forth to them. All right, and of course I could have my other trading ship ferry tools back and forth, but I need them making money for me, not the other way around. So trade, and we go here, and 24, and bang, that contract is successful, and we got the credits for it. And then there's steel delivery, but before we do that, we go here, and we go dock with my station. There are other stations here too in the sector that you can upgrade. You don't necessarily have to own the station in order to upgrade it. You saw that there's a few there that we were friendly with that I could do upgrades for, so I could upgrade their station if I rely on it for certain things. But I kind of want to do my own thing. I kind of want to have my own company and have it do its what it needs to do in order to self-sustain itself. So I'm going to be focusing on only the upgrades that I need for my own economic benefits in the game. You can also repair other stations. Well, not repair, but you can help construct other stations if they have a little icon that says they're being constructed. You can help out with that by giving them resources. Well, selling them resources, essentially. So there's things like that. Like I could say, like, hey, this other company is building this station, and I look at it in the menu, and it says, oh, this needs 50 steel or whatever. I could go and buy 50 steel and sell it to them, maybe at a premium. Like I could go find it for cheap and sell it to them, and then make money out of it, and then they get their construction going, which then builds up the economy of the area. So all that stuff is what this game has. It's pretty deep under the covers as to what you can do. Alright, so we got that. So as far as steel is concerned, I believe most of the steel is in the Forge, which is why it's aptly named the Forge. But let's look at the economy real fast and make sure that is the best place to get it. Let's see, the Forge is... No, it's not actually. The best place to get it, apparently. Well, see, here's the thing. See this here, if you're looking just at price, you go, oh, it's only 37 credits here. I should go there for it. But they have none in stock. You have to really read what you're looking at, because a lot of times you'll go somewhere and be like, I need to go get this stuff, and then you realize there's actually nothing there for you to buy. So I need to find a place that actually has it in stock, and that is the Forge, and they got a lot of stock of it too. So yeah, we're gonna have to go there, even though it's at a premium, but tis the way things go. So we'll go here, and we'll go to the Forge and some steelworks. What do you got here? You got 36. What do I need? 23 steel. I need steel for my own thing too, don't I? No. That's Helium 3 and fuel. Okay, no, never mind. Map, Forge. So this steelworks has a lot more in it. You can see how much this is output. So whenever you see output, that's what they're selling. So you can buy it off of them if it's output. Inputs you can't really, as far as I know, buy off of them. So that looks pretty good. They have a lot left over. So let's go travel here and fast forward. Unfortunately, from that menu, you can't say, I want to go directly to this station. You have to say, I want to go to the Forge, and then you have to come back into this sector info and say, now I want to go to this station and dock with it. Which is kind of weird, because I kind of would think that there'd be, you might as well just allow me to say, I want to go exactly to this station and I want to dock. But I guess there's a certain spot in the each system where you spawn in, and I guess it just, from a coding perspective, they need you to always spawn there in order to ensure that all the autopilots and stuff work properly. So that's my guess. Honestly, I'd be able to just spawn in a dock. Be like, I just want to dock here and just have all this intermediate stuff not be here. But there are some reasons for coming into the cockpit. Like I said, sometimes you'll approach something and you'll see a signal, unknown signal, and then you can go align your ship with the signal to try to get some artifacts and stuff. So there's a reason to pop back and forth, and not just spend all your time in just the menus. But honestly, this is the type of game where 99% of your time is going to be in the menu, regardless of what's going on in your ship itself. So, all right, so I need to buy some steel. I need 23 steel. So, or I'm sorry, 21, which is actually popped in there for me. So that's good. 21 steel. Now, is there anybody here who has tools? Is there a tool maker here? There's a repair outpost, which means I should be able to buy fuel from them, right? Oh no, they have fleet supplies. No. It's fuel comes from the. Oh, there are tool factories here. Fuel comes from the solar panel installations. That's right. Is there one here? Outposts. Felix Foundries. Shipyards. No, there isn't. Okay. But I can buy tools if I want to. It's still not going to be enough to really put my thing along. So maybe I'm not going to worry about that right now. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. But, well, actually, I have another contract that needs tools, right? Tools delivery and lighthouse. Sell 27 tools. And then water delivery and electronics delivery. So let's go to the tool factory here. Dock with them and we'll get the 27 tools that they want. Which will consume my second empty slot there. And even though it won't consume all my cargo bay slots, it will consume the 2 slots that I'm allowed to have of things, the 2 bags. So I won't be able to pick up anything else. I mean, that's kind of that's the other pain point. I guess if I was flying a freighter instead of this, I'd probably have more cargo bay slots and I could go pick up more things. And I'm kind of debating whether or not I should just buy another freighter and fly that and just sell this one off, which I think you could do. I think you can sell this off and then just have a freighter that does what you need. Because if I'm going to be running cargo, then I might as well have cargo slots and be able to optimize my route a bunch. So that's another thing. But again, for this playthrough, I'm going to try to get the 40,000 credits I need to go and do a fighter ship first. Then we'll have to work up to the other one again. It is quite the grind, though. I will say that much. Alright, so trade. And let's grab some tools. And I want... It was 27, I think. Tools delivery. 27 tools. Yeah, let's track that one. Now I gotta jump back out of here again. Do this. Tools, confirm. There we go, orbital map. Because I think we're... No, we're not closer to Lighthouse, are we? Well, yeah, we are. 6 days versus, I think the other one's 7 days. So let's go do that. Fast forward our way here. 61 credits per day. Okay, that's cool. Starting to go up a little bit. And sector info. Go here, dock with them. And after a little hop, skip, and a jump here. Oh, they've got, looks like they got a solar panel installation here too, so we could pick up some fuel if we need it. Which I think I have another contract for, is it water? No, it's water and electronics. I'll see what I could pick up here as far as that is concerned. 15,000 credits. These are only, see, these are only giving like 4,000, 3,000, 3,000. Like it's a long road. I'm probably not going to make it to the 40,000 that we need in order to make this happen, which is unfortunate. But you can kind of see it's like I said, it's very casual. It's meant to take a long time to do things. It's more like a American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator or something like that, where you're just kind of meant to sit here and just chill and just, you know, grind a little bit, or a lot, as the case may be. Sell 27 tools. Why did that only put 15? Oh, because they don't have enough room for more than that? Are you kidding me here? So you do run into stuff like this where it'll generate you a contract and you can't fulfill it because there's not enough space to fulfill it fully, which just throws a wrench in everything. I can see, let's look at the details here. Are they generating, like, if I stop, I can kill a day and see if they will have enough space there. Let's see. No, they're not using any yet. They're not really going to use stuff until they have all these other needs fulfilled, and then they'll start actually generating stuff, so... Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. Yeah. So I can't fulfill this contract yet. This is the other thing, is that you'll just run into this problem where you can't fulfill a contract because of them being overfilled. Anywho, I guess we'll go and do the steel thing then, right? So we'll go do that at Knight's Home. Since we can't, we need to empty out our cargo hold. Meteorite group threatening Knight's Home in one day. Yeah, there are random events that happen. Hopefully that meteorite does not hurt our station. 9 meteorites threatening Knight's Home now. Okay. Coming to Knight's Home 6 days. What happened? A meteorite crashed onto our station. Oh man. Alright, let's see what that did. How much damage did it? Wow, it did half damage. Wow. Wow, okay. Operates 10 times slower because it took damage. It wasn't really operating at all, but now I have to go repair it. Which takes credits. 43 and 20 days to repair it. So all that progress that I was going to make with credits has just been undone. 'Tis the breaks of the game, friends. 'Tis the breaks of the game. So that's 4,000 credits down there. In the meantime, we can go do this, turn this in, hopefully. And I don't know if there's anything to mitigate some of those disasters from happening or not. There are like defense things you can put in place, but I don't know if that's for that or if it's against pirates or whatnot. I don't know if it works against asteroids, but it's these are all the things you have to contend with. There are pirates, there are pirate factions in the game. There's different factions in the game too that you have to have relations with, which we haven't even really gotten into as far as the diplomacy goes. There's a whole diplomacy section here, and really there hasn't been any reason for me to get into diplomacy yet, so there we go. That contract's successful, so we almost recovered all the credits it took us to repair that other thing. Now I gotta sell water. Also, since I have these tools, I'm almost kind of tempted to just drop the tools off at my place and just use them for my own purposes, but there's like only 400 of them, so I need 400 of them for it to be of any use. But if we go under diplomacy here, you can see confidence levels between all the different factions, my reputation with them. So far so good. I'm neutral to all of them, so so far so good on all those things. Obviously once I start getting into combat and stuff, that's probably when I'll start to make some enemies, I imagine. But anyway, we are low man on the totem pole there as far as the top companies. Technology, we still have 44 research. Contracts, we have to do water delivery. I believe that there's, if I go to the ice realm, we can get the most water there. Steel delivery and Knight's Home. Sell 27 steel to Margaret Shipyard 2 at Knight's Home. Do I still have steel on my ship? No, I don't. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. Electronics delivery as well. I wonder where I can get good electronics at. Let's see where that is. Ooh. Blue Hearts? No. I need where it's in stock. Show me one that's got it in stock. Nobody has it in stock. That's interesting. Price. So the question is, so who produces electronics? Nobody's producing electronics either, which is weird. So if I look at Lighthouse here, I look at details. Does it tell me everything that I can get in Lighthouse, but it's not telling me what I'm looking for. Electronics, details. That just pops me back here again. Okay. Include storage hubs. Yeah, no. So there's nobody producing electronics. We need electronics, but nobody's producing any, which is really interesting. I mean, this is an area that I probably should get into if I had the money to build an electronics thing. Like if I go to the there's a sector info and station. Like I could build a. What does this do? Orbital telescope. That's not it. Steelworks. I guess I don't have an electronics thing that I could do yet. Population growth here. Arsenals provide fleet supplies. Repair outpost is for fleet refueling. Research station is what we already have. Solar power plants. And all these things. This is what I have available to me right now. But as you can see, everything's 40,000 credits plus steel, plastics, tools. Pretty much. So it's 40,000 plus the cost of actually getting all these things together in order to build it. So doing that anytime soon. But the water, let's go do the water thing. I think there's Shore of Ice, I think, has a bunch of water in it, if I'm not mistaken. Ice mine. Yeah. There we go. 2 days travel. Let's do it. Now I could also switch this up so that the ship that I'm in is doing the trade route versus the freighter, but I feel like it's not going to be a lucrative trade route at all if I send this ship to do it, you know, whereas the freighter has a little bit more space on it, I believe. I look at company here. Here's my freighter here. Oh, they still only stack to 2. They still only stack, the cargo bay still only stacks to 2, and it's got 200 slots. Well, so that's not that great. Now, there is upgrades that I could do. I don't know what we dock to a supply outpost, so I have to see what upgrades I can get, because if I can get a bigger cargo capacity, then that would work out really well. And I renamed this and it didn't hold my rename. I called it the USS first ship, and it didn't hold on to that in the save file. There's an auto save that happens. You can't actually, as far as I know, you can't save it yourself. So it's kind of weird sometimes. It doesn't always save things. It saves your progress. I haven't had any problems with it not saving my progress, but I have had problems where it doesn't save, like I've renamed ships and stuff like that. Alright, whatever. We got to go and grab the ice mine stuff. Let's get one that's got a bunch of it there. Dock with them. And I need 46 agua. And we take that to Blue Hearts. And then, let's see, this is not a supply station now. I'd like to go, that's a power plant that we're delivering to, but in Blue Heart, I believe there are some supply stations there, if I'm not mistaken. Sector info, let's go here, Blue Heart. I believe there are, well, there's shipyards here. You would think the shipyard would work, but I think there's a storage hub. Supply. I think the shipyard will work. The Nema Heavy works, probably, because you can buy a ship there. You would think I'd be able to upgrade the ship that I have. In any event, we're now docked, so I should be able to trade, and we want to buy some water. There it is, and then we want to head on over to Blue Heart. 10 days travel. Let's do it. Yeah, 31%, 32. That trade route's doing a lot better now. All right, I'm cool with that. Let's sector info. Go here, dock with them, sell them our water. And then I'll go find the shipyard here and see if we can do an upgrade to the ship. I'd like to see if I can get more cargo bays, because that's, you can never have too many of those, in my opinion. It is a little bothersome that it's basically, I guess you're putting 2 cargo boxes, and you can have up to 50 items in a cargo box, but it's all the same item. It's kind of, I don't know, it feels weird that they don't have like a more fleshed out cargo system, since that's what you do most of the game here, where you can have, 100 slots and you can put whatever you want in there as long as you're under 100 slots. But whatever. So we sold that off, so then that contract is successful. Still have to sell 27 tools to that place in Lighthouse. I wonder if it actually has spots left now. It's got 89 out of 200, so it's got 11 slots left in it, so I still need to drop 15 off. So fun times. Fun times. All right. Orbital map. No, sector info. And let's go to the shipyard. Go dock there. Let's see if I can do some upgrades to my ship. Oh yeah, this is the giant ball, the giant testicle station is where a lot of the stuff is here, as far as ships and whatnot. This also will throw off your auto nav a bunch. I've had it not work too well here sometimes, but right now it looks like it's working okay. There's another one, I think it's in the deep or something like that, that's really throws off your auto navigation, where it has a real hard troubles trying to dock you. This one's okay. Alright, so can I upgrade? I can. Let's see what we've got here. Click on a part to exchange it. It's orbital engines, thrusters. So Solon, this is a Solon shuttle. People and supplies does, but that's the only upgrades I could do. There are no other upgrades I can make on this ship here? That seems weird. Upgrade. So all I could do is upgrade the thrusters. and RCS thrusters. So the main thrusters, right? The main thrusters and the RCS thrusters are all I can upgrade on this ship. I can't put more cargo space or anything in it. Well, that's just weird. That's really weird. Okay. I mean, I get it that it's a crappy shuttle, but still, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Okay, contracts. What do we have here? Tools delivery. We had that electronics delivery. Fuel delivery in Shore of Ice. Sell 35 fuel there. Tools delivery. Sell. There we go. Buy 40 plastics. Sell 40 plastics. Buy them at Blue Heart, which is where we're at, and sell them at the farm. Sell 34 fuel. Blue Heart. Sell 32 fuel. So this is 36, 37, 36, 36, and 37 credits. 37,000 credits. 3,700, I mean. It's such a long... It's a long climb. So I'm not going to make any real demonstrable progress here for you folks, and I apologize. It's just that this is the nature of the game. It's a very, drawn out thing here. I kind of wish that it's maybe would not be quite as drawn out, but at the same time, it is more rewarding this way. I do have to say it is more rewarding to have a lot of this going back and forth, but it does tend to grind on you a little bit. And I'm not quite sure. The game doesn't really give you an idea of what else you could do to make money. Like if I could go off on my own and just make a bunch of money, that would be kind of interesting, which I sort of could do. I mean, you can buy and trade whatever you want, but at the same time, it would be kind of nice if there was like exploration credits and stuff. Like if I could go and explore different areas and then that would give me credits back, but that's not really, it doesn't seem to be like that's how they want you to go. They really want you to just be a trading company, sort of. It's just fine. It's just a little bit strange, when it makes it very it's strange that it's so drawn out. It's strange that it costs 40,000 to do things when it's like you're getting like 60 credits here or 100 credits there. It's a very long. Now, obviously, as you get more ships and stuff, it'll go a lot faster, but the initial curve is pretty steep, as far as trying to get on your feet and whatnot. Anywho, we got plastic repair outposts and other things here. I think I had a contract that we could do. The fuel delivery. Was it so fuel delivery and Blue Hearts? So there's two things here that want fuel, 34 and 32, but I don't have the. That'll go over to 50 I have for my one cargo slot. Plastics haulage. Now I'm wondering something. If I go to fleets and company, is it? I had a trade route. I'm just kind of curious here. Well, it's not letting me add a trade route because I don't have a fleet that can go on it, I guess. Because I'm wondering, I mean, these are just trade routes, but I'm wondering if I could have the computer go pick up contracts and run them for me. That would be interesting. That'd be interesting if I could just say, hey, computer ship, go run some contracts for me and then bring back the money from those, or certain types of contracts like the hauling of buy and then sell kind of thing, or something like that, and then just have the computer deal with some of these, but at least help me out, have a second set of income that's a lot larger than the 68 credits per day I'm getting from this, but yeah, whatever. Stations, battles, and yeah, I think I've pretty much shown you what I can thus far. I think what I will do, let's go and see, like I said, this auto saves at whatever I'm at. There is a skirmish mode, so let me see if I can do this, because I don't even know what the combat's like. I haven't gotten to the point where I can actually do any combat yet. So we'll say altitude, asteroids, I guess we'll do that. Asteroids, debris intensity, battle debris, icy sector. Add ship. We'll add the this cruiser. Wow, Leviathan. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff in here. Dragon Corvette. Ghoul Fighter. Let's do that. And enemy fleet will add, I guess, add a Corvette maybe? Or, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go up against a Corvette. Maybe I'll add a couple orcas. Or just one orca. Just to see what it's like. Like I said, I haven't played any of it, so I have no idea how the combat works in this game. Okay. Now weapons disabled. Whoop. Okay, they're firing at me, but how do I... My weapons are... Oh, okay, let's do 2. Okay, here we go. Wow. Alright. He's like EMPing me or something here. I like that they got target leading. That's good. That helps tremendously. Okay. Not doing too terribly. Oof. Oof, almost. What would be nice is if I knew whether or not I was actually doing any damage. Oh, we have 169 rounds left. Oh boy. That's not good. How are they just constantly targeting me? Like, I know it's Newtonian physics and everything, but Jesus, I can't even, like, get a... Like, they're dead-on shots here. Apparently can't hit the broadside of a barn. Uh-oh. Uncontrollable, disarmed. Alright, well, we got our butts... We got our butts handed to us. In 2 minutes. In 2 minutes we got our butts handed to us. That was... Like, these guys are just dead-on shots here, man. I can't even... I only get 600 rounds. I don't know if going faster or going slower is the right way to do it. Maybe going slower is a little bit better way. Oh, now I have 2 cannons. Oh, oh, okay. That was a... Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. I'm uncontrollable already? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Well, that's a thing. So going slower, not the right way to do it, apparently. Oh, I'm disarmed? Really? Well, this is just balls. That's just balls right there. Like, wow. Okay. Now I'm glad I haven't done any combat yet, because that would just be annoying as hell. Like, this is not even remotely balanced. Am I even hitting this guy? I don't even think I'm hitting this guy. Like, there's no indication that I'm actually hitting him or anything. Like, how do I know if I'm doing anything? Well, that was definitely a hit there. Definitely hitting him here. A little bit better luck this time in the short turns. Oh, if I don't bang right into him. Okay. Oh, I see. I'm getting a little star there when I actually hit him. I didn't notice that before. Okay. Well, that time we won it, but man, oh man, let's do one more. It's fun, but it's like I couldn't tell you what I did better there on that run than I did on the previous run. I don't know. Like, what made that one more successful? Okay, now that I see how the cursor changes when I actually land hits. There we go. That's what I was looking for, was some kind of feedback that I was actually hitting the guy. Oh! See, I'm like right on that diamond and it's not helping matters. Yep, and we lost again. I had 0 rounds left. Alright, well, at least I was doing some damage there. I got 43 successful hits out of 277. That's weird, because you could see that I was really lined up with the diamond. So, it's kind of a... I don't know. It ain't no wing commander, I'll tell you that much. It ain't no elite dangerous either. But I guess the combat is there if you want to do it. It's not... I couldn't say that I honestly, having seen that's the first time I've done any combat in a game, and having seen that, I would kind of avoid combat altogether in the game, because that's just... now, obviously, those were the small fighters. that looked like they had big cruisers and stuff there too, which might make the combat a little bit more palatable. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that was not a very good first impression as far as combat goes for me. But, you know, to each their own. It looks like it's more of an economic simulator than a space fighter combat simulator, as it were. And that's fine, too. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, this, my friends, has been my look at Helium Rain. It is by Demos Games, and it's fully released out on Steam for $15 US. As always, I'll leave links down in the description so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.